time for not life hacks, what are they called? Life lessons from 2022. Gosh, it's well into January now. What time? Number 8. We're on to number 8. Go to the dentist. There's crazy amount of research to suggest that oral hygiene is linked to various diseases and stuff. So in order to really look after your long-term health, I'd highly recommend you get your mouth checked out regularly. I went through a phase of a few years where I was too petrified to see a dentist because I had a pretty traumatic experience at a dentist when I was like 18. She drilled a very small cavity without my permission, and basically I ended up, this is about midday, and I ended up being in like shock until the evening. I had no recollection of the day. I'd been to school, upper secondary school in Finland, and that was just, after that I did get my wisdom teeth removed at a private dentist practice, which is fabulous, but I was under like freaking opioids or something. And then I was just, after moving to England, petrified of seeking out a dentist because of my past experiences. But nowadays, I've found a really, really good one, and I try and go. Well, I do go every year, maybe once every 6 months, just to make sure that everything's fine. And also as an extra tip, actually, there's these teeth whitening strips that I believe are pretty good for your teeth, enamel and everything. And it's one of the best ways to just get a slight confidence boost and to make sure that your teeth are whiter than they would be otherwise. I believe that the toothpaste and stuff aren't quite as good. So get some tooth whitening strips of Amazon or somewhere else to have a pearly white smile. Or whiter than it is now. I find such, I feel great that I've got a few clients who are really looking after their teeth. There's things like Invisaligns now and just stuff. People are really like straightening out their teeth, making sure they're looking nice, and it's funny because it's just there in your face. So I'm lucky enough to always have had fairly straight teeth, so I've never had braces or anything, but I think braces, especially on adults, are so cool. Highly recommend them. Okay, that was number 8. Number 9, pamper yourself. Get your lashes done, get your hair, your nails done. And it's just funny because I've not really been doing that quite recently, but every time I have, if there's an event coming up or anything like that, it's such a good feeling to just sit down for a little while, have somebody else look after you, and you just feel like $1 million afterwards. And I feel like sometimes it's just so worth the investment of getting something done for yourself. Huge for, I don't know, I feel like I carry myself better if I've been to get my nails done. Look at these, don't look at them. Just feel like maybe I should get my nails done soon. I'll have a look at my budget. I think I should get my nails done soon. I've had too much coffee. Anyway, next one. Number 9. Number 10. Don't diet. Ooh, ditch your diets. I feel like I've actually experimented more with diets towards the end of last year and ended up being heavier than I ever have been in my entire life. So that's fun. So now this year I really started focusing on just, which I've sort of done in the past, and easy for me to say I've never been majorly overweight or anything, but it would have been very easy to let things slip and to get down that rabbit hole of just, people use eating as an emotional regulator, and people eat to fill a void and whatnot. But the more radical a diet is, the less likely it is that you're going to keep those results. So for heaven's sake, if you want to, change your weight, think about the small differences that will make a big impact. One thing at a time, consolidate one little new habit, one little new thing for at least a week, preferably longer. to see it's not really, it's super unhealthy to yo-yo diet. Much better to just have slow, gradual progress towards a better you. And that's what we're going to go with. I'm just going to actually, oh my God, I even bought running shoes yesterday, which I'm going to return now to get, there's, the other shoe is squeaky, and so I need to get a proper shoe. So apparently they don't have any more in stock. They're going to have to send me a pair across. But that also means I'll have running shoes for the first time in my life. I'm not a runner. I don't have great knees. I've got my knee injury right now, like a slightly torn LCL ligament. But I'm actually quite excited about the thought of just increasing my calorie burnage a little bit by just going for a little jog at some point, if I can, if it's not too bad for my knees. Next one. Number 11, get a therapist. I genuinely feel like in 2023, everyone needs a therapist. And last year I was really toying with this idea of there's like an NHS talking therapies thing available that's free. It's on the NHS, and people can get support through that. It's a 6-week CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy based protocol to help people improve their lives. And I sort of, in the application process, you have to define some kind of a problem that you have, and I just kind of couldn't pinpoint big enough a problem at that time. So I've been looking into private therapy, maybe online, to just, and I use my friends a lot to just, I blurb everything out, and I feel like I'm quite an open and honest person, and that's helped me throughout the years a lot, just being vulnerable and talking. But I think especially for men, they really struggle to talk about their emotions, and maybe something actually, active, something that they can do would help better. But we definitely need more ways for people to get therapy. And I know the barrier for getting a therapist is much higher than maybe just focus on other alternative ways of looking after yourself, like just I use climbing, bouldering as my meditation quite strongly. So I'll go to the bouldering climbing centre, put noise cancelling headphones on with nothing on, and then I'll just sit and meditate and take that time in between climbs. But everyone has issues that they can talk about, everyday problems that accumulate. It's those little things, obviously major trauma is always, my God, absolutely need therapy. But for the people who don't have anything that substantial, there's still stuff to suss out. We will never ever know it. We'll never know ourselves perfectly. And so there's always something to develop, and without communicating with another person, it's a lot harder. Journaling is a great tool, but definitely getting a therapist, I would recommend to absolutely everyone. Next one. Where are we at? Number 12, invite people to your house. Coffees, the importance of talking. Right, okay, so yeah, I think... I thought so. Siri thinks so. I think people are they kind of seem more private these days. I don't feel like, you can't, it's not as easy to go and knock on your friend's door and just say, can I come in for a cuppa? You have to be invited, and that requires a bit of people feel like that's a pressure, in a way, like a pressured situation. That's my feeling of it. And I wish more people just said, come around. I love having, people visiting from Finland, staying over at my house, because at the same time as it could be, it disrupts your sort of routine. But I find it very healthy and very beneficial to just break that routine and just see how other people live, what they need, because it's just such a good way to reflect on your own life. And also just people should talk more. And when you're actually sitting down with a friend, it creates that atmosphere much better of like a private environment where you can more openly maybe discuss things that have been on your mind, instead of just this interaction, day-to-day stuff, or like, how you doing? I'm all right, thanks. You? Yeah, good, thanks. That's empty words. It doesn't mean anything. And I notice it definitely for myself that I very much crave true connection, real connection with people. And so I make an effort to message friends, invite them around. And I think I need to really focus on that this year going forward as well. Next one. 13. Listen and tell people you care about them. Yes, it says, okay, so this is connected to the previous one. So if somebody's on your mind, I think it's a really good idea to just drop them a message, maybe try and give them a call. What's that? Oh my God, I've got a dirty top. Anyway. Give them a call, or just talk to people, but also super importantly, listen. Sometimes silence is really good. People can gather their thoughts and then give more of themselves. And listening is such a skill. And it's really frustrating if you're trying to talk and somebody interrupts you. And so I think for most people, listening is also a skill that can be developed and should be developed, because it really leads to much more open, vulnerable, valuable relationships. So yeah, I'll need to maybe think about ways I can improve my own listening skills better, but definitely just like give that space, like a quiet time. Last one for today. Cherish your friendships. These are all very connected. It's like reading somebody else's notes and I'm just realising, well, yeah. So again, give your friends time and space. I think it's super valuable for me to have people from all walks of life in my life. People of different ages, of different ethnicities, just of different backgrounds, life situations, because you can learn so much, and it's an unbelievable richness to surround yourself with different kinds of people. Too easily we can be pulled into this echo chamber of just people who are very similar to us, who are in similar situations. And what I've really learned last year and previously as well is just to appreciate difference, to know deep down none of us is better than another person, and if we do bad things, that doesn't make us a bad person. Actions are different from who we truly deeply are inside. And I believe in the goodness of people, and I believe that every single person is good and valuable deep down. Maybe with one exception. One, maybe more, but one that comes to mind now is psychopathic people who don't want to live according to society's rules, who hurt other people and can't feel empathy. That's not a very good place to be. But then I feel sadness for those people, but they can't affect who they are. So I just really hope I won't need to be affected by those people, at least too closely, anymore in my life. But yeah, everyone's a good person. So keep being good, keep making good choices, and I will return for my lessons from 2022, points 15 to 21 next time. Look after yourself and bye.